What's up? Life's too short, guys and girls. Just arrived back from a trip, fully loaded, 3-day trip out in the mountains, and I thought, what a great time to answer a question I've had recently. What stuff do you take with you on one of these Life's Too Short's adventures? So this afternoon I'm going to answer what's in all of these bags and what's on the bike. But first I'm going to get this stuff off and get comfortable. So here we are. What do you take on a adventure trip? It's kind of very individual. So what I take doesn't mean it's what you're going to take. So I'm just going to show you today all the things I take. You can make your own decisions. Before we start, cup of tea. Riding kit, again individual preference. Helmet, gloves. Over here we've got decent riding jacket and a camelback type water carrier. I'll have a look at that a bit later. Some sturdy trousers. Even though it's Life's Too Short, I don't recommend shorts for riding. Mickey Donut, he often rides in shorts, but not me. Let's have a look at the bike. Things that are strapped on it. So we've got padlock. That is a padlock I use for many different things. Lock the helmet on the bike. Disc lock. I've got water bottle there. So all of that goes in this cargo net, and you can stuff all sorts of things under one of those cargo nets. Up there I've got a map reader, homemade map reader. You don't need one of them, definitely, depends where you're going. Telephone in there, whether you're going to follow your GPS or just so you can see when you've got a call coming in. Got a 12-volt charger I fitted there so that I can always power my phone. Okay, let's get these bags off and see exactly what's inside them. 2 bags, 1 pannier bag each side, and a waterproof bag on top. So bags are off. A couple of things to look at underneath where the bags would sit. Underneath the rack you can probably just see a little gauge under there. Well, that's a little bicycle pump pumping up tyres. Should you get a flat, replace the tube. And in this bag here we've got some chain oil. If you carry chain lube in a can, chain oil in a bottle, it's got to be carried somewhere, so I just tie wrap it under the rack because it's not needed all the time. Just snip the tie wraps when we need it. The panniers, they sit on these metal side rails just to stop the bag going into the tyre. Homemade again, not very difficult, very cheap, but effective. Bags off, over there. So how much weight are we actually carrying around on the back of that bike? Let's see. Bathroom scales zeroed. We've got 5.3 in that bag. Don't know if you can see that with the sun. 4 in that one. And the big one on the back. Comes out at 9.9. So add that lot up, somewhere in the region of 20 kilos, all being carried way back on the bike. So that is definitely going to affect your steering. So there's different ways of compensating for that, but this is not a tech blog, this is just what's in the bags, so we'll concentrate on that another day. So contents of side bag number 1. I line it with a black dustbin bag, keep everything dry. If you're camping and all your stuff is wet, it ain't going to be pleasant. Inside the bag, maps, Pyrenees West, that's where we've just been. Fix a leak, puncture repair. Sometimes these work, sometimes they don't, but I always give it a shot before I go changing a tube. This is the quick, easy option if it works. In here I've got maps that go on the map reader that's on the bike handlebars. Toilet roll, how important is that? Super important. And some cleansing wipes. Here, toilet bag, toothpaste, toothbrush, some antiseptic cream, contact lenses, that kind of stuff, and a bag with spare clothes, a pair of long trousers, a pair of shorts because it's life too short to remember, a sweat top, and all of that stuff also doubles up as quite a nice pillow. You can use that, just put a towel over it and use that as a pillow. Contents bag number 2, same thing, bin bag in there. Sleeping bag. Now sleeping bag size and quality depends on what you're doing, where you're going. For example, that's quite a small bag. You can, in comparison, have something much bigger and equally much warmer. Depends on where you're going, what kind of person you are, how tough you are really. Cooking on the road, camp stove, cup, something to do the washing up with, a sponge, some washing up liquid, coffee, tea, food. Again, depends how many days you're going, depends what kind of place you're going to, whether there's going to be shops or not, and some military mess tins to do your cooking in. That one's still pretty dirty from the trip, didn't clean it very well, naughty me. Contents of the yellow waterproof bag. Obviously we don't need a bin bag for that one. Tent, again, lots of personal preference. 2 person, 2.2 kilos. This one is quite big really, you don't need to carry one that big. You can go much smaller. 960 grams, also 2 person, and you can see the size of that in comparison. Up to you, 5 star, 1 star. Same goes for sleeping mats. This is the full length sleeping mat, insulate you from the ground, or a 3/4, as in it's not long enough for your whole body, so your feet are not insulated from the ground. From recent experience, if it's cold up there, then this one you're going to think, maybe I should have carried a bit more. Tools, extensive toolkit. It should be enough to do most reasonable jobs on your bike. When I say reasonable, I'm not talking about an engine rebuild. 21-inch front tube, 21-inch will go in an 18-inch rear as well, so you only need to carry the one for emergencies. Tyre levers, puncture repair kit, tyre wraps, always good. some tape and some, I think they call it liquid metal. Mix that up and it will form a very hard metal like compound that you can do lots of repairs with. And I carry one lever for the bike. Also in that yellow bag is some waterproofs, waterproof jacket, waterproof trousers, some tape for taping up your body. We've got the tape for taping up the bike, there's tape for taping up the body if necessary, and I forgot to mention I need a knife, fork and spoon for the eating side of things. I said I'd talk about the contents of this Camelback water carrier. In there I carry a few bits and bobs, muesli bar, some tropical fruit mix, small first aid kit with all sorts of useful stuff in, pen and a bit of spare cash should I lose my wallet, all inside that neat little water carrier. Oh, hello, we've got a visitor come to see what's going on. Haven't yet sussed out how I'm going to take the cat on the trip. That's all you need for a off-road, life's too short adventure. That's what I take. You can take exactly what you think is necessary. Heavier, lighter, up to you. Thanks for watching.